What I'm attempting to explain here is different things you can do with the lawnmower. You're probably wondering what I'm talking about here. Okay, the only mods that I have on this particular game are the mod test map that I'm playing on and the easy developer controls right here. You set up all your easy development stuff, you could add money, whatever. So anyway, I've got the easy developer controls. Now over here on this field, I have set field 9 with wheat, growth state 1, no fertilizer, no plowing, weeds are off, lime is off, herbicide spray is off, and that's just if we want to own it. But when you start this map, you own everything anyway. Anyway, I set it. So here's the field. It's just been planted. It's ready to go. All right. So what do you do when you have weeds that just popped up? Well, typically you would get a weeder and come out here and weed all of the weeds and get rid of them. But just to show you that that's not the only way, you can just go over the weeds with the mower. And look, no more weeds. Alright, and everybody should know that this is a big mower. Okay, so, well, Michael, what do you do if the weeds are really tall? They're really tall weeds that you can't get with a weeder and you have to spray with herbicide. Well, there's a fix for that too. And look, there it is. You can get rid of weeds. Well, what if the crop that I have in it's really hard to see, but there are weeds. Here, look. Take the weeds off. There's the field sprouting just a little bit there. Okay. Now we'll set the weeds to their first growth state. There, okay, now you can see that there are weeds. Well, we'll just mow the weeds right on down. How about that? Look, the weeds are gone. See, you can cut the weeds down and it doesn't hurt the crop. Well, what if you're at another growth state? See, you can kind of see the weeds there. And you can just mow the weeds on down. And it still doesn't hurt the actual crop. Well, what if I've totally forgot about it? And we're at growth state 4 and weeds are really tall. But it's not ready to harvest yet. Well, the mower will get rid of the weeds only, and it doesn't hurt the crop. Granted, I realize this is far beyond realistic, but look, it works. Now, as you know, there's growth state 5. That's ready to harvest, and it's got tall weeds. But the problem is, if you mow this now, you will mow the crop also. So, you can't spray herbicide when the crop is ready to harvest. As such, you can't get rid of the weeds only. You mow down everything. So you've got to make sure that the field is not ready to harvest when you're trying to just mow down the weeds. Well, how does this work? We'll set it back to growth state 4, and we'll see barley. Aww. Barley, growth state just before harvest. And it gets rid of the weeds. Look, the mower is rid of weeds. What do you think? Alright, well, what about oat? Growth state 4. I was looking at the words. Look, it gets rid of the weeds, but it doesn't hurt the crop because the crop is not ready to harvest yet. And this works seriously with all of them. Cotton, you can clearly see the weeds. And we're just mowing the weeds and it doesn't hurt the cotton. Alright. Canola, as you can imagine, this works with everything. You can kind of see the weeds here, so this is really hard to tell. But I can just mow right over the weeds and get rid of the tall weeds. And as you know, the next state is harvest. Can we mow down canola? If the canola is ready to harvest, you cannot mow it down, but you can mow the weeds. Can't see the weeds, but you can see the weeds on the map. If it's pink, it's got weeds. Let's get rid of, needs plowing, needs lime, and of course it's not fertilized. But there's the weeds. I got rid of the weeds. Let's see what else we got. Sunflowers. Let's go growth state 5. Yeah, you can see the weeds. Does the mower cut the crop or just the weeds? It cuts just the weeds. So the sunflowers are ready to harvest. And you can mow down the weeds right before harvest. Alright, now let's see. Soybeans. 5. Alright, soybeans ready to harvest, full of weeds. We don't want weeds. We can mow down the weeds in soybeans without hurting the soybean crop. Well, what else we got? Corn. I think we all know what's going to happen here. Oh, I was totally surprised. It will get rid of the weeds, but it doesn't hurt the crop. So if you got full weeds in a full field of corn, you can get rid of the weeds. Well, what else we got? Potatoes. Well, what is a home topper? Well, it's essentially a mower. Can we just mow? Nope. It does not top. It does not take the tops off the potatoes, but you can mow down the weeds. If you're concerned about your harvest yield, you can fix it. Oh, my potatoes are full of weeds, but they're ready to harvest. Just mow the weeds down. Well, now, sugar beets. What do you think? Same thing? Okay, well, that answers that question, doesn't it? You can just mow the weeds. The sugar beets are ready to harvest, but it's full of weeds. we'll just mow the weeds on down. Oilseed radish doesn't matter. Poplar. I don't think poplar grows weeds. Can we mow poplar? I don't think poplar grows weeds. I don't think... Well, you can't mow poplar down. How about that? There's a good test. Let's see what... Well, grass doesn't grow weeds. Sugar cane. I've never done sugar cane. Okay, so the mower does not cut down sugar cane, which I don't think sugar cane grows weeds either. I've never done sugar cane. But if it does grow weeds, you can just mow them on down. And there's the weeds going. What else we got? And that's back to wheat. Now, as far as maps that have special crops in it, I don't know if this works with special crops like on the old kiwi farm, like coffee. Like you can, I tested it on there. You can do it with coffee, but most everything like wheat and I think barley, you can, yeah, wheat and barley you can just destroy it and then pick it up with forage wagon or something. But anyway, so let's see, can I get rid? Anyway, all right. So another thing I wanted to show you here is all right, we got no weeds, needs plowing, needs lime. Okay, well, it needs lime. But you want to fertilize too. Alright. Let me turn this off. Okay. So your field needs lime and you need both stages of fertilizer. Okay, well, the field needs lime, so we're going to spray some lime. Not a big deal, eh? Alright. See. There it is. Stop engine. Alright. Start engine. Here we go. Okay, so you know that you can just start spraying fertilizer and it gets rid of the lime. But we're not exactly changing the state. See, the field looks the same. It looks exactly the same. It is fertilized, but only for stage 1. Okay? Now, that little patch right there that I fertilized, oh look, the mower dries the lime. And if you go over the stage 1 fertilized state, it dries the fertilized state and returns it to kind of a dried state. There it is. Alright. Oh, it was running. My bad, sorry. Okay. You see right there, we're stage 1 fertilized. Now, this little patch right here in between the lime that I already fertilized, I can't double fertilize that because it's already in a kind of a wet state. So that's not going to do anything. But I can go over the dried part with the fertilizer spreader again. And look, now I've got 2 stages of fertilized, and I didn't have to wait for the crop to grow more to put more fertilizer on it. Look, I've got lime and I've got 2 stages of fertilizer done before the crop even pops up. So that's all done. And then, as you saw before, the weeds pop up. If you don't have a weeder or you don't have a herbicide sprayer, you can just mow the weeds over and get rid of the weeds with the lawnmower. Here, we'll take needs lime off. See, double fertilized. Still needs plowing, that's irrelevant. And we don't have any weeds on here at all. So we limed it and we double fertilized it, and we didn't even have to wait for the crop to change the field state. So that's all I have to show you. I hope you enjoyed it. There you go. Different things you can do with the lawnmower. That's it. Thanks for watching.